Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news. So here's the scoop that's been buzzing around the NFL circles lately. Whispers about a blockbuster move that could send shockwaves through the NFC North and reshape the Bears' offensive line for years to come. It's all about the potential acquisition of Quentin Nelson, the Colts star guard, by the Chicago Bears. Yeah, you heard that right. Nelson, the bulldozer in the trenches, could be heading to the Windy City. And if this deal goes through, it's going to be a game changer, no doubt. Diana Rossini broke the news on November 19th, confirming that the Colts, currently sitting at 3-8 and in a bit of cap trouble with a negative $18 million cap space in 2026, are actively shopping Nelson, and the Bears are apparently front and center in the trade talks. Now I know what you're thinking. What makes Nelson such a big deal? Well, for starters, the guy is a 6-time Pro Bowler, and at 29 years old, he's still playing at an elite level, especially when it comes to run blocking and pass protection. Let's dive into what Nelson has been bringing to Indy and why he's a perfect fit for Chicago. In 2025, he posted a PFF pass block grade of 93.8, which is top among guards, and he's allowed 0 sacks in 682 snaps this season. That's some serious consistency. His run block grade is also impressive at 89.4, and he's been a nightmare for defenders, creating running lanes and holding the pocket for his quarterback. Nelson's plus 0.28 EPA per run play shows he's not just a mauler but someone who makes a real impact on the game's outcome. Plus, he's been durable, playing all 11 games this season without any significant injuries, something the Bears could certainly use given their offensive line struggles. And speaking of those struggles, the Bears' offensive line this year has been a mixed bag. They rank 26th in sacks allowed, giving up 38 sacks so far, which puts a huge pressure on Justin Fields and the entire offense. Their run game has been somewhat middling, currently sitting at 22nd with an average of just over 108 yards per game. It's clear that the interior line needs a jolt, a guy who can anchor the left side and turn that entire unit around. That's where Nelson comes in. His presence at left guard would immediately upgrade the line's integrity, helping reduce sacks to under 25, giving Justin Fields more time to make plays, and opening up running lanes that could push the Bears' rushing yards per game into the top 8 of the league. Now, think about the impact this could have. Nelson would be the anchor on the left side, elevating the whole line's performance. His ability to win blocks at plus 28% over his opponents, plus his grade bump of plus 3. 2 points when compared to Tevin Jenkins, a solid player in his own right, would give the Bears a dominant interior presence. This upgrade could transform the pocket time for Fields, adding over a second to his pocket presence, crucial for his development and for the Bears' offensive scheme. It's not just about protecting Fields. It's about establishing a run game that was once a strength of the Bears and re-establishing dominance in the trenches. With Nelson anchoring the left guard position, the Bears could see their rushing yards per game spike to around 148, putting them in the top 8s in that category. This move also has a significant strategic angle. With Nelson in the fold, the Bears' red zone efficiency would improve by around 25%, giving them a better shot at converting touchdowns instead of settling for field goals. Defensively, this interior upgrade could help reduce the sacks allowed by their front, which in turn makes life easier for the defensive line and secondary. It's a full team upgrade, really, with the potential to turn the Bears into a more balanced, feared team on both sides of the ball. And let's not forget the division implications. The Vikings, who have been struggling offensively, especially against the pass rush, would face a Chicago front that's now much more formidable, thanks to Nelson's anchoring presence. As the Bears look to climb in the NFC standings, this kind of upgrade could be the difference maker in close games, especially in divisional matchups that could decide playoff seeding. The odds, which were once around plus 7,000 for the Bears to win the Super Bowl, could see a significant drop, perhaps to plus 2,000 if Nelson becomes a Bear. That's how impactful this kind of upgrade could be, turning a team with potential into a legit contender, especially with a franchise quarterback like Justin Fields, who's only getting better. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this isn't just about adding a star. It's about building a foundation for sustained success. Nelson's experience, leadership, and elite play style would not only elevate the current roster, but set a tone for the future. Imagine a Bears offensive line with Nelson as the centerpiece, working alongside Tevin Jenkins and forming a unit that can dominate for years. It's a blueprint similar to the Steelers of the 2000s, who thrived on ground dominance and strong protection schemes. With a good scheme setup, the Bears could see a resurgence in their running game, which currently ranks 22nd, but with Nelson's seal blocks could jump into the top 10. This move also aligns with the Bears' recent efforts to rebuild and retool their roster. They've already shown they're willing to go after big-name players and make bold moves, and acquiring Nelson would be a clear statement that the team is serious about contending. It's about establishing a new era, with Justin Fields at the helm, protected by one of the best guards in the league, paving the way for a more potent and consistent offense. Plus, adding a player of Nelson's caliber could also help in attracting other free agents or draft picks, giving Chicago a stronger foothold in the division and the conference. Of course, such a trade isn't without its complexities. The Colts are in a rebuild mode, especially with their draft capital focused on building for the future, such as the top 3 pick they're targeting, and they've got some cap space issues to sort out. Moving Nelson makes sense from their perspective, clearing cap space and acquiring draft capital for the future. But for the Bears, getting Nelson would be a huge win, giving them a cornerstone piece that could help turn their fortunes around almost instantly. It's not just about adding a star. It's about transforming the identity of the team from a rebuilding squad to a contender with a real shot at making noise in the playoffs and beyond. And if this deal goes through, it would be a clear signal to the division and the league that the Bears are not messing around anymore. They're serious about reclaiming their spot among the NFC's elite, and with a guy like Nelson protecting Justin Fields, they'd be well on their way to doing just that. The future looks bright, and this move could be the key piece that unlocks it all, establishing a new era of Bears football built on strength, resilience, and relentless pursuit of excellence. So stay tuned, Bears fans. This story is still developing, but the potential of having Quentin Nelson in navy and orange is enough to get all of us fired up. It's the kind of move that could elevate the team from good to great, and it's exactly what this franchise needs to push toward a Super Bowl run in the coming years. We'll be watching closely, and I'll keep bringing you all the updates as they happen. The city of Chicago deserves a dominant team, and with Nelson potentially wearing the Bears jersey, that vision is becoming more and more real. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Chicago Bears. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Chicago Bears news.